John Laurinaitis is the biggest liar that I've ever seen in my life, and it's a two-faced son of a. But hey, they'll pay. Karma got there.
Let's talk a little bit about your TNA run. You go to TNA. What were the biggest differences, if any, of working in TNA compared to working in WWE?
Have you ever been to prison? Man, well, I haven't either. But working for WWF back then, after they went public, it was like being in prison.
Why?
Because it all changed. You just had so much that you had to listen to and going on, and you didn't do this right, you didn't do that right. Vince would be sitting in the gorilla. You come back, you take his glasses, throw them off, and I mean, he would shoot everybody's out. You know, the whole thing changed. And when I left there, by somebody telling the big lie on me that they fired me, that I'll get that straight now. That was the biggest lie. It was a setup, like everything else that Vince did.
Do you know who it was that set you up?
Not really, but I know that it was a lie. And Laurinaitis ended up firing me. But one of the biggest reasons was he wanted all his WCW agents to come in and take over the WWF agents. And if you go back and look, they were eliminating them one by one, time by time, till he got all his agents in there. And he really didn't want to fire me. He wanted to fire my brother because he was an agent. And then I get a call down the road about 3 or 4 months later that if you want to come back, you can come back. We'd hire you back. But I didn't want to go back, you know, after the big lies and destroying my brother and hurting his feelings and even hurt my feelings and telling a big lie. It didn't work. So actually the best company that I ever worked for was TNA. They treated me like a human. They just made me feel comfortable. There was no pressure. It was just great working for them. And then working for AEW, I did a couple pay-per-views for them. And I could have got a job there. I could have worked full-time. But I was at the point at that. I loved doing it, but I just didn't want to travel that much anymore. I didn't want to be from home that much anymore. But I had the offer that I could have worked for them. And I made a deal with them. Told them I'd love to do your pay-per-views, or if you got a special deal going, storyline, if you need me, I'll help you with that. But I just wanted to go home for a while. You know, I'm not as young as I used to be.
But one thing I wanted to pick up on was your relationship with Vince over the years, from when you started in '88 to when you left. How did that relationship develop?
When I first started with Vince, his relationship, he was like a father. I mean, it was my brother and I, he loved us both to death, and he took really good care of us. But as the time went on, everything's got a turning point in this business. And Vince, I don't think Vince really knew exactly the whole storyline on me getting fired, truthfully. You know, I think it was done, and then it was told to him, and then there was a ton of lies, like most of them are up there. John Laurinaitis is the biggest freaking liar that I've ever seen in my life, and it's a two-faced son of a but that's okay. He's going to get his. Now, look at it well. Look at him now. He turned against Vince. He's one of the top witnesses on his deal with him, so that shows you how much he can be trusted. You know. But, hey, they'll pay. Karma got there.